So one of the great things about working remotely is our application Zoom, and specifically having the ability to poll your students, which is a great way to check for understanding, among many other great features about Zoom polling. So here we go. We want to set up a poll. So while you're in Zoom, um, I have found this to be the easiest way to do this is when you've got Zoom up and running, you've got your polls button down here. So we're going to go ahead and click on that. And you can see I've already created one, but let's say that we want to create a new poll. So we're going to go up here to edit, and it's going to come up with this page here, and it says add a poll. So we want to add a poll, and maybe we're discussing with our students the recommended number of moderate to vigorous activity per day, and we want to check for their understanding. So maybe we want to give them a quick poll to see if they've been paying attention to our lesson. So we could enter a title for this, and we could just call it activity, and then we're going to type our question here. So we could say, what is the recommended amount of moderate to vigorous activity per day? And then, of course, you can give them as many choices as you want. One great thing about this is depending on what kind of question, maybe it's got more than one answer, or they could select more than one answer. You could go between single choice and multiple choice. Single being they can just select one option, multiple choice meaning they can select more than one. So let's say we want to give them 20 as an option, 30, 60 minutes, or maybe we think it's 120 minutes. All right. What is the recommended amount per day? And we could specify this a little bit more since we're going in minute increments. What is the recommended amount of moderate? And we could just say in minutes, to make sure that students clearly understand what we're referring to. And then we're going to say save. And now the great thing about this is if you're like me, you most likely teach multiple classes per day. And so if you're in a remote or maybe hybrid scenario, this poll question will be forever saved. That's linked to that Zoom link. So again, the way we have figured out in our district is that one Zoom link seems to work very well as long as you're monitoring who's coming in at what time. And now that I've created that poll question, I can just keep bringing that poll question up without having to recreate it for each class that I teach. All right, so there you go. There is our poll. And then if we go back into Zoom, we can, we're running our class, and we come down here to here, and now we've got our question that we want to ask, and we can just say launch polling. And now coming up on the student screen, they will see this question and have the ability to vote or select the right answer. So again, a great way to check for understanding, a great way to kind of promote student voice and to gauge your audience.